In this video today, we're going to do a like-for-like comparison of the Ping G430 driver against the Paradym driver. Now, these are both brand new for 2023. I'm going to give you my thoughts and feelings when comparing these two drivers as an average golfer. So you've probably seen all the videos of the PGA pros and everyone hitting these drivers and telling you how well they do and how good they perform. But what about the average golfers like you and me? So I'm a 19 handicap and I've got the facilities here to use at UK Golf Academy. So big thank you for them. And I've got both of these set up as close as possible to my standard setup that I've previously been fit for. So this isn't going to be a fitting video. This is just using the stock drivers with stock shafts. We're going to see how they compare. Now I'm a pretty standard mid to high handicap golfer. So it's probably going to be quite a few dodgy shots in this video. I'm going to hit a few shots with each of these drivers. I'm going to alternate and then we're going to take a look at the data. Oh, okay, see what the numbers say. So to be fair, what I'm happy with for the point of this test is that my club speed was actually relatively consistent throughout all of those. In terms of the deviation was only 1 mile per hour on the G4 and just under 1 mile per hour on the Paradym. So we're giving it a fair crack with club speed, which I'm really happy with. The ball speeds, again, are relatively close coming off of these clubs as well, quite interestingly with the standard deviation.
So your lowest one here, 136.
On the Paradym,
And it was exactly the same on the G430.
Yep.
Highest 144, highest 144.
Yep.
So really comparable in terms of ball speed. I think club speed very similar as well, maybe just a little bit better on the Paradym.
But again, in terms of when we're saying a little bit better,
it's very marginal.
Yeah, so my best one on the Paradym there is 94.6.
Yeah.
My best one on the, Ping was 94.6, so they were both capable of it, but slightly higher over the average of the Paradym. And the spin numbers?
Yeah, the spin's looking a little bit high on both of them. The Paradym in particular, there's probably one in here that's pretty high. 6,300,
yeah.
Yeah, so looking at the general pattern of the others,
it's
that between 3 and 4.5.
Yep.
Probably not far off, maybe a little bit lower on the Ping.
So I appreciate this is a very small set of data, really, 8 shots of each rotated 4 and 4. But looking at just that data coming into it, this is a great case for, well, I probably should be getting fit because taking both these clubs off the shelf, I don't really want to be seeing my spin numbers on a driver up in the 4,000s. And that's not really what I'm seeing with my Ping 425, which I've been fit for. They're normally more down the 3,000s or 2.5 kind of thing. But it does look like the Paradym, if I was going to draw a limited conclusion on these, spins slightly higher for me from the shots that I've hit. But as you can see from what I've just hit and shown, I was striking it, to be fair, all over the club face. And swing path. Let's have a look at the variations of some of these swing paths.
That's your swing path with Paradym, so you can see sort of consistently around 7-8 degrees.
7 or 8 degrees out to in.
Yeah. Yeah. If we look at it, this is your G.
Yeah.
430. Similar sort of numbers in terms of. So I think your swing wasn't varying massively. It's just that's your typical pattern. So you're going to see sort of slightly higher spin numbers when you're doing that sort of thing anyway.
So everyone always cares about distance. If we look at the overview here, you can kind of see my miss is very much right. There's one really, really stray one with a Ping on the left, but that was due to my delivery, nothing to do with the club on that one. But in terms of distance, then on average, you can see they're kind of within this kind of 220 region. They're 10 yards more or 10 yards left. But the longest one by far was the Paradym, where I really caught it well. And that one carried kind of, was it 246? That did give me the best one, but again, I will stress to say that is an extremely limited set of numbers for me being a 19 handicapper. So I'm not walking away from this thinking, oh my God, the Paradym's destroying the G445 or anything like G45? G430, that's what it's called. But interesting that in this test, that did deliver the biggest one by quite a distance. In terms of sound and feeling, then definitely the Paradym has got a little bit more of a thud to it. Didn't necessarily feel that much different, and looking at the two set up side by side, the Paradym, because of that glossy top, to me feels a little bit smaller, at least looks a tiny little bit smaller in its head size compared to the G430, but they're not. They're both the same kind of CCs, but they're very different looking clubs as well. And one interesting point I would say is because the Paradym has got certainly a lighter colour face on it, and let's have a look. They kind of look the same on the camera there, but perhaps a little bit lighter. But certainly when I'm laying them down there, addressing the ball, the Paradym looks lighter. I can see more of that club face. Doesn't make a difference necessarily to me personally, but in case that's something you're interested in, then that's something that I've noticed setting up. In terms of the looks between the two clubs, I prefer the look and the style of the Paradym. This kind of dark blue and black effect with all the carbon fibre on the top of it. It really suits my eye, but that being said, the Ping 430 is still a good looking club as well. You've got those flashes of green, which is something slightly new compared to the 425, but they're both good looking clubs. You've got the turbulators on the top of the 430, you've not got them on the top of the Paradym, so it really depends upon what you want to see. But in terms of looks, I actually prefer the Paradym. In terms of performance, there's not a huge amount of difference between the two, really. I've delivered the club pretty consistently. Consistently bad swing, but it's a consistent swing. And there isn't a clear winner. It's gonna come down to personal preference and feel on that one. Now, of course, I totally recommend you get fit for clubs if you can. Certainly somewhere here down at the UK Golf Academy in Brentwood, Essex. They've got this awesome fitting studio, so thank you very much to the team letting me use their TrackMan. But if you're buying off the rack, well, I haven't seen too much of a difference in that performance there. If you are thinking about buying these clubs, then I have included any affiliate links down in the description below. If you found this video helpful, then make sure you hit that like button. And if you are thinking about buying a new driver for 2023, then why not check out this video where I've compared the G430 with the TaylorMade Stealth 2.